Masayoshi Son went bankrupt with another company. 10 billion yuan goes down the drain. Half sea water, half flame. Masayoshi Son will continue to write two different venture life. Another company in Masayoshi Son's investment territory has fallen. The investment community has learned that Greensill Capital, a supply chain financial technology company that was backed by SoftBank's Masayoshi Son $1.5 billion United States dollars, filed for bankruptcy protection. In 2011, Greenhill Capital was founded by former Citi and Morgan Stanley financier Lex Greensill. The company's business focuses on supply chain finance. In May 2019, under the recommendation of a staff member of the Vision Fund, Masayoshi Son discovered the company and subsequently invested two consecutive rounds of $1.5 billion United States dollars. Today, this investment may be in vain. However, Masayoshi Son can always find a way to reverse the decline. On March 11, Coupang, known as the Korean version of Alibaba, was successfully listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Its latest market value reached $81.1 billion. SoftBank is the company's largest shareholder, earning 100 billion yuan from its previous investment. Half sea water, half flame. Masayoshi Son will continue to write two different venture life.
Another invested company fell. A total of 10 billion was invested in twice.
Greensill Capital, once placed high hopes by Masayoshi Son, fell. In 2011, the predecessor of Greensill Capital, Nord Finans Bank AG, was founded by financial scientist Lex Greensill and headquartered in the United Kingdom. Then in 2014, Greensill Capital acquired it. This company focuses on the field of supply chain finance, and its main business is to allow companies to extend the time it takes to pay bills and reduce the time it takes for suppliers to pay accounts receivable. To put it simply, it is to provide short-term loans to small and medium-sized enterprises, and financial institutions earn interest margins from them. The acquaintance between Greensill Capital and Masayoshi Son originated from the introduction of a manager of the Vision Fund. At that time, Masayoshi Son found that if SoftBank invested in Greensill Capital, the latter could provide financing channels for the troubled SoftBank startups. As a condition, SoftBank did not have to provide equivalent collateral. Therefore, Masayoshi Son decided to invest in Greensill Capital. In May 2019, SoftBank invested 800 million United States dollars in Greensill Capital. In October of the same year, it raised another 655 million United States dollars, for a total investment of approximately 1.5 billion United States dollars. As a company that is extremely valued by Masayoshi Son, Greensill Capital and SoftBank have a tangled cooperative relationship. SoftBank purchases Greensill Capital's bond-like securities, and Greensill Capital is providing financing for the two companies, namely Fair Financial and View, in the SoftBank Vision Fund portfolio. In addition to the main financial backer, SoftBank, Greensill Capital's funds mainly come from two sources. One is the Credit Suisse Supply Chain Fund managed by Credit Suisse Asset Management Department, which attracted investors to inject $10 billion of funds, such as SoftBank's portfolio company Oyo Hotels, mobile software company Fair Financial, and modular building startup Katerra, etc. The second is Greensill Capital Bank. But in 2020, the outbreak of the novel coronavirus pneumonia epidemic began to squeeze the supply chain, and investors withdrew billions of dollars from Credit Suisse, the largest source of funding for Greensill Capital. Greensill Capital told Masayoshi Son that he may have to withdraw the financing provided to SoftBank's portfolio company. So in December of last year, Greensill Capital confirmed that it had excluded the $435 million financing of construction startup Katerra. To this end, the Vision Fund had to add an additional $200 million to Katerra. It is understood that Greensill Capital has a wide range of cooperative customers. In addition to institutions with high credit scores, it also provides financing to lesser-known companies that are willing to pay higher interest rates, including small startups and companies considered as high-risk borrowers, which paved the way for future bankruptcy filings and falling into financial quagmire. The most typical is the loan of the British steel tycoon Sanjeev Gupta, a friend of the founder of Greensill Capital. It is understood that many of Gupta's family businesses have successively provided Greensill Capital with a total loan amount of about $5 billion United States dollars. A large part of this money is used by Gupta to acquire competitors in the same industry and expand investment in fixed assets. This money is difficult to repay in the short term, and default is inevitable. This has a direct impact on Greensill Capital's cash flow influences. At the beginning, Greensill Capital, like WeWork, was highly valued by Masayoshi Son. Not only did he tout Greensill Capital in SoftBank's activities, but he also said that this was exactly the investment goal he was looking forward to. With Greensill Capital's application for bankruptcy protection, this may be Masayoshi Son's second investment setback since WeWork. There is a risk that the equity held by the Vision Fund will be completely erased, which also means that $1.5 billion United States dollars, approximately RMB 9.8 billion, invested by Masayoshi Son may all be in vain.
Just launched the Korean version of Alibaba. Masayoshi Son made a big profit of 100 billion at one fell swoop.
Although he suffered another setback in investment, this did not affect Masayoshi Son as a big winner of the IPO. On March 11, South Korean e-commerce giant Coupang successfully listed on the New York Stock Exchange, and its share price rose 40% on the first day of listing. The current market value has reached $81.1 billion, equivalent to 532.3 billion yuan. The prospectus shows that SoftBank is Coupang's largest shareholder. This means that Masayoshi Son has once again taken in an e-commerce giant, which is also known as the Korean version of Alibaba. It is understood that Coupang's total financing scale is $4.6 billion United States dollars, which is the largest IPO of foreign companies on the New York Stock Exchange after Alibaba raised $25 billion United States dollars in 2014 and the largest non-US company IPO in US stocks in 2021. Before going public, Coupang's IPO financing reached $3 billion, and the market was valued at $49 billion. It was simply a super unicorn. Coupang successfully held hands with the capital market, which is a great comfort to Masayoshi Son, who is in the trough. In 2010, Coupang was founded by Kim Bom-suk, the son of the general manager of Hyundai Group, one of the large Korean consortiums. Coupang's development model is similar to JD.com. It has been building an independent logistics center and delivery system in South Korea. As early as 2014, Coupang launched a next-day delivery service. Up to now, more than 100 full-coverage outlets and logistics centers have been built in more than 30 cities in South Korea. In addition, it has 14 million users in South Korea, accounting for about one-third of South Korea's population. The total population of South Korea is only more than 50 million. The fate of Coupang and Masayoshi Son began in 2015. SoftBank invested $1 billion United States dollars in Coupang, and again invested $2 billion United States dollars in 2018, with a post-investment valuation of $9 billion United States dollars. The total investment of the two times is $3 billion, which is equivalent to about 20 billion RMB. Before Coupang went public, SoftBank Group's Vision Fund held 38% of Coupang's shares and was the largest shareholder. In just 6 years, the original 20 billion yuan has now increased in value by more than 120 billion yuan. In this way, Masayoshi Son has earned more than 100 billion yuan from the Korean version of Alibaba. It seems that Masayoshi Son's judgment on e-commerce companies is very accurate. Coupang did not disappoint Masayoshi Son. Relevant data shows that in 2018, its sales exceeded 4 trillion won, an increase of more than 10 times in 4 years. It is worth noting that in 2020, despite the impact of the epidemic, Coupang's sales reached 13 trillion won. Compared with 2019, it achieved a growth of up to 90%. Prior to this, although WeWork caused a huge financial loophole for SoftBank and made Masayoshi Son very passive, its pace of gaining an IPO has never stopped. In the summer of 2020, Relay Therapeutics, a tumor drug company invested by SoftBank, went public with a market value of 1.4 billion United States dollars, with an initial investment of 300 million United States dollars. Immediately after the listing of the food delivery company DoorDash in December of the same year, SoftBank's 680 million United States dollars investment became 11 billion United States dollars. At the same time, Opendoor, an online real estate startup that the Vision Fund had invested 450 million United States dollars in, successfully went public through a backdoor approach, and recently, the German car dealership website Auto1 was also successfully listed, which corresponds to the 460 million euros invested by SoftBank in 2018. The stock market value has tripled after listing.
Masayoshi Son is still the Masayoshi Son.
Although in the past 2 years, Masayoshi Son and the SoftBank Vision Fund have been questioned, he has always been able to turn the dangers into a breeze and stage a drama of returning full of blood. A year ago, the huge losses of the SoftBank Vision Fund caused Masayoshi Son to encounter a dark moment. According to SoftBank's 2019 financial report, the SoftBank Vision Fund recorded an operating loss of 1.87 trillion yen, approximately RMB 115.7 billion, in 2019. The main reason for the loss was that the fair value of the investment in Uber, WeWork and its 3 associates was substantial. Decline. Just 9 months later, the SoftBank Vision Fund has become the biggest contributor to SoftBank's performance. In February of this year, the SoftBank Group released its financial report for the third fiscal quarter of fiscal 2020. As of December 31 last year, SoftBank's net profit attributable to shareholders of SoftBank's parent company for the quarter was 1.172 trillion yen, compared with 550.35 in the same period last year. 100 million yen soared by 2,029%. At the same time, in the first 3 fiscal quarters of fiscal 2020, SoftBank's net profit reached 3.055 trillion yen, an increase of 6.4 times over the same period of the previous year. Among them, the SoftBank Vision Fund's profit in the third fiscal quarter of fiscal 2020 was 844 billion yen, a 22-fold increase from the same period last year, accounting for nearly 80% of SoftBank's total profit. As of the end of the third fiscal quarter, the Vision Fund held 82 investments with an investment cost of $76.3 billion and a fair value of $90 billion. The Vision Fund held 26 investments with an investment cost of $4.3 billion and a fair value for $9.3 billion. As for the 2 messes of Uber and WeWork, Masayoshi Son still couldn't hold back his hands. According to foreign media reports, on January 12 this year, the SoftBank Vision Fund transferred 17% of its Uber shares at a price of approximately $2 billion, and the remaining stock market value was $10.5 billion. At present, the SoftBank Vision Fund has achieved a book profit of $5 billion in Uber investment. As for WeWork, which gave Masayoshi Son the most headache, he finally had an explanation. At the end of February this year, SoftBank and WeWork co-founder and then CEO Adam Neumann reached a legal settlement agreement. It is reported that Neumann will give up his 1-year WeWork directorship and cash out approximately $480 million by selling WeWork shares to SoftBank, and SoftBank will pay Neumann $50 million to cover legal costs. This means that SoftBank will fully control WeWork, and the 2 parties will also end the previous legal conflict. At the same time, Masayoshi Son is also stepping up his search for China's next Alibaba. In November 2019, SoftBank made a reinvestment of $1.35 billion in Shell Search. In August last year, Shell Search successfully went to the US for an IPO, and its stock price has soared. As of the end of September last year, the value of SoftBank's holdings in Shell Search has reached approximately $6.4 billion, which means that Masayoshi Son's investment return at that time alone reached 375%. But this is far from over. The market value of Shell House Search is still soaring, and its latest market value has reached $72 billion. From the perspective of the regional distribution of the investment targets of the Vision Fund Phase 1, the Americas accounted for 36%, and China-centered Asia accounted for as much as 46%, becoming the region where Masayoshi Son heavily invested in. Among the Chinese unicorn companies invested by SoftBank, there have been rumors about IPOs of many star companies, including ByteDance, Didi Chuxing, Manbang Group, and Jabang. It is foreseeable that SoftBank is expected to usher in a super unicorn IPO feast in 2021. Perhaps, the myth of Masayoshi Son's investment in Alibaba's trillion market value in 10 minutes will not be staged again, but his legendary experience in the history of venture capital will continue to be written.